Good morning, students. Now, today we are going to discuss the second lecture, start our second lecture of chapter number 10, that is alternating current. Okay, and yesterday we have discussed the introduction portion of this chapter, and in this we have discussed about how it was useful, why we are just using this, and what is direct current, what is alternating current, and what was its types, like a square wave AC current, okay, and triangular AC wave current, sinusoidal AC wave current. Okay, so these type of the AC alternating current we have discussed, and some important definitions also we have discussed about instantaneous value, peak value, average value, and we have discussed about the average value of a current for complete cycle. Okay, now I have just been given you the homework that you have to derive the derivation to calculate the average value of the first positive half cycle of a current in the sinusoidal wave or any kind of a wave. Okay, so for that I am just be given you the hint also that we are just be taking calculating the average value. So the value for it is I, instantaneous value. So I equals to Im sin omega t. With respect to dt we are doing the integration, and the limit is from 0 to the half cycle, means t by 2, on the average time dt 0 to t by 2. Okay, so from here the integration of dt is t, putting the limit 0 to t by 2. So final minus initial, t by 2 minus 0, so t by 2 is remaining. Im is your peak value, is the maximum value. It will be the constant term, so it will become ahead. So Im upon t by 2. Integrating 0 to t by 2 sin omega t dt. Now this you have to be integrate. I hope that you all have solved this derivation for the half cycle, and then also if you are facing in doubt, I am solving it out here, so you may correct or you may check it out. Okay, clear? So when we do the integration of sin omega t dt, then we get the value I average is equals to Im upon t by 2. This is the term already we are having, and the sin omega t, it will become sin theta is minus of cos theta, so minus of cos omega t, and omega is a constant term with the t, so here it was come in a divide form, and 0 to t by 2. Now we are going to put the limits. So when we are going to put the limits, so I am just taking out 2 going upside, omega from here, and minus sign also, so it will become 2Im in the minus form omega t, and now only the cos omega t is there in the bracket, so I am putting the limit in place of t. So final minus initial, which will become cos omega t by 2 minus cos 0. Okay, so now omega means 2 pi by t. So 2 and 2, t and t cancel out, cos pi is there, and here it will be your minus of cos 0, so it will become minus 1, it will be minus 2. Getting my point? What I am saying to you, I average minus 2 Im upon omega t, it will be as it is. Omega is your beta, here I am writing omega 2 pi by t. So t and t, 2 and 2 cancel, cos pi is your minus 1, cos 0 is your 1, so minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 minus minus plus. Okay, so it will be like this. So it will be like this, 2Im omega t into 2. So omega is will become 2 pi by t. So t and t cancel out, 2 and 2 cancel out, and the remaining term is 2im upon pi. Got it? Here I am simply put the value of omega 2 pi by t. So t and t, 2 and 2 cancel out. So 2im upon pi is remaining, and when we solve it out this value, then we get 2 upon pi is your 0.636 im. Okay, so this is the value for the average value for the first positive half cycle. If we are going to discuss about the second half cycle, that is your negative half cycle, so it will be your minus 0.636 im, because it was in a negative form. The peak value will be the same one, beta. So the average value will also be same, but it is in the negative form, because this value we have calculated for the positive one. Clear? Okay. Now the next topic which we are discussing yesterday is about the root mean square. And in the root mean square, I just told you that when we are solving the root mean square, we are taking the values from the back side. Like the name is root mean square, but we are doing firstly square, then taking the mean, and then we will do its square root. Okay. So here the value we are having root mean square value of the current I RMS. So square, average mean value, and then root. So I am just taking the square of the instantaneous value, then I am just calculating its average value, mean value, and then I am just putting its root. Clear? So I am writing its value like I RMS is equals to, first of all, what we are doing, the root value. So the root value will be I square means Im square sine square omega t dt. Then we are doing its average. So 0 to t and 0 to t. For the complete cycle we are taking dt. This is the term. Then afterwards we are doing the root, under root. Okay. So two things we have done. Square, mean. Okay. So from here the integration of dt is your t. Putting the limit t minus 0, it will be t. So here, and Im square is a constant term, so I am writing it out. Im square upon t, integration from 0 to t. Sine square omega t is, I am just writing sine square theta, 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2. So I am writing it out like 1 minus cos 2 theta, 2 omega t, divide by 2. Doing the integration with respect to t. Okay. So this is the formula, beta. Math student know it very well. Bio student just get through this. Okay. Now Im square by 2 is the constant term. I am just taking it out, 2t. Okay. And doing the integration. So firstly for the dt means I am multiplying 1 minus cos 2 omega t with dt. So 1 into dt, it will be your dt. So dt means integration will be t. T minus cos 2 omega t, it will be your cos theta. It will be your sin theta. So sin 2 omega t, and 2 omega is a constant. So here 2 omega is in the form of divide. Limit is 0 to t. Okay, so we have to put the limit firstly in place of t minus 0, then here in sin 2 omega t. Okay, so I am putting the value. Look it carefully, beta. I RMS Im square divide by 2t. So firstly for the t minus 0, it means here only t I am writing minus. For it, sin 2 omega capital T upon 2 omega minus sin 2 omega multiplied by 0 upon 2 omega. Multiplying by 0 means sin 0. Sin 0 is having the value 0. So only the capital T value will come. So sin 2 omega capital T upon 2 omega. This is the value after putting the limit. Okay. IRMS is equals to Im square by 2T. Here T is there. So from here, when I am putting the value of omega over here, so it will be your 2 pi by T. So T and T has been cancelled out. Sine 2 into 2 pi, it will be your sine 4 pi. Angle will never be cancelled out. Okay. So 2 into 2 pi, so sine 4 pi. So the value of sine 4 pi is 0. Value of sine 0 is 0. 2 pi is 0. 4 pi, 6 pi. Okay. So this value will become 0. So the remaining term which we have calculated, T and T has been cancelled out. So your value will become IRMS is equals to Im square upon 2. Now what we have to do, we have to take root also. So in the form of root, it will be Im square upon 2. So IRMS will become Im upon under the root 2. Okay. Now while calculating this value, you get 0.707 Im. Similarly, if we are calculating this term for the VRMS, okay, so similarly for VRMS, it will be Vm upon root 2, means 0.707 Vm. These are the terms for root mean square value of the current and voltage. Okay. So the values which is shown by all AC meter in the circuit are your RMS values. Okay. And the RMS value also be called the virtual or effective value. Okay. Here I am just writing it down. So sometime it was asked in the exam that what is the virtual value of current in alternating current, okay, or alternating voltage. Then it means they are asking you about the RMS value only. Okay, so here I am writing. So it will be, remember you, the RMS value is also called virtual or effective value, which means that rate of heating effect in a resistor is same as that of equivalent value of DC. Okay, so if I just be discussing it about the DC and IRMS, the rate of heat generated by AC in a complete cycle is the heating effect by calculating the average value of it. So it's like this, 0 to t. For the heating effect, it will be your I square r dt. You know, in the class 10th you have discussed about the heating effect. That will be your I square rt, and its average we are calculating, so it will also divided by the time dt. So it will be your I RMS square into r. This is the value of the I RMS square only. Okay, so I RMS square upon into r. Okay, so from a DC, the rate of current is the rate of heat produced is I square DC into R. It means IDC is equals to the IRMS value. Okay, clear? Now, if we want to measure the AC voltage and the current, which are using DC moving coil meters, so they will give a zero reading, because the torque on the coil changes so rapidly that it will not respond due to the inertia of the coil. Once it was taking the motion beta, so the next motion it will be taken by their own due to the inertia. You know what is inertia beta? If any of the object is in motion, it will be in motion. If any of the object is in rest, it will be in rest until and unless an external force will not applied on it. Clear? So in this also, when we are having this, so suppose we're taking the half of the rotation, so the next half is taken by its own due to the inertia. So to measure AC, we use a hot wire meters which are based on the heating effect, and the heat produced depends on the value of VRMS square and the IRMS square, and hence the scales of the meter is not linearly marked. So the relative distances between the making will be in the ratio of 1 ratio, 4 ratio, 9 ratio, okay, 12 ratio, like this. And for them the current is also be like I ratio, 2I, 3I, 4I. So the I square is your I, 1, 2I means your 4, 3I means 9, 4I means your 16, like this. So the domestic supply of the AC in India is VRMS is equals to 220. Okay, so if I just be taking it out, like the domestic supply of AC in India has VRMS is equals to 220 volt. So hence its peak value will be Vm is equals to root 2 of VRMS. This already we have calculated beta. You know na, VRM is equals to Vm upon root 2. So Vm is equals to root 2 into VRMS, and we know the value of VRMS in India, domestic supply value of it is a 220. So I am just calculating the value of peak value. So root 2 into 220, it will be your 311 volt. This is the peak value. RMS value is your 220 and the peak value is your 311 volt. Okay, clear, which has been used in India. Now next we are going to discuss about the properties of AC. So properties of AC, and in this first we are going to discuss about its merits. We are only going to discuss about the merits and all. Okay, the merits and demerits you have to be write by your own. Even these things you have discussed in your 10th standard also. So the first merit is that the alternating voltage can be stepped up or stepped down, so the transmission of electric power is possible at a high voltage and the low current with very small power loss for the long distance transmission. Means for using the AC for the long distance transmission, it is very much capable, or it was very much convenient for us, because it has both the things. It can be stepped up or it can be stepped down. Okay, and for the transmission of the electric power for the high value of voltage and low value of the current, it doesn't give a small amount of power loss. Very small amount of power loss is there. Second thing is that we can easily convert the AC into DC by rectifier. Okay, rectifier is a device which is used to convert AC into DC. So it was a simple thing also. It is also very much convenient for us. Now third one is alternating current generators and motors are more rugged and convenient in operations. Also their cost is less than the DC generators and the motors. That's why we are using the AC one, because they are very much convenient to operate. There is a very much their cost cheap they are. Okay, they are easily available in the market. They are very much cheaper in the cost. So as all rounding, we are just take the comparison with the DC. It will be more convenient for us. Okay, so these are the for using for the long distance transmission, easily converted into AC to DC, and it was easily available, more convenient to operate, and cheap in cost. So these are the merits. Second, we are going to discuss about the demerits of properties of AC. So demerits. So first demerit is the alternating current voltage of any value is more dangerous its equivalent DC voltage, because its peak value is root 2 times the RMS value. Right now we are studying. It was root 2 times to its RMS value. The peak value is root 2 times of its RMS value. Okay, so it is very much more dangerous than the DC. Second thing is that the skin effect, means the high frequency AC current does not uniformly pass throughout the whole cross section of the conductor. It prefers the surface layer, a skin, the above layer of the conductor. So a thick wire is replaced by the bunch of the thin wires to reduce this effect, because due to its high value of the frequency, it was not be passed uniformly through all the cross section of its area. It would just simply pass on its surface. Like this is a conductor, it will pass on the surface. That's why it will call the skin effect. So instead of taking one single wire, we are prefer to take in the layers, like a thick wire, we are just taking the thin wires, a bunch of thin wires. So this effect can easily be reduced. The skin effect can easily be reduced. Clear? Okay. Next is, it can't be used directly for electrolysis or for electroplating, or for we are just making the electromagnets also. For making them, we have to use the batteries, and batteries having the DC source. So for making used for the electrolysis, electroplating, making of the electromagnet, we have to use the DC only. AC means AC is not be supplied from the battery, and battery is having only DC current. Okay, if we are directly used, then our reactions will doesn't occur. Clear? So these are the 3 demerits, and we have explained 3 merits and 3 demerits of AC. So you have to be write these things about the properties by your own. Clear? Now we are moving ahead to solve some of the example. Okay, so how to solve the numericals of this chapter. So first example is first numerical is find RMS value of the AC current given by I is equals to I1 cos omega t plus I2 sin omega t. This is the numerical. Okay, you have to find the value of IRMS. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to make its square. IRMS means what? Square, mean and root. We know it very well, the term. So in the solution, the value of I is I1 cos omega t plus I2 sin omega t. So hence first we will do the square. So the a plus b to the whole square. So what is a square plus b square plus 2ab? Okay, so a square means I1 square cos square omega t plus I2 square sin square omega t plus 2ab, 2I1 I2 sin omega t cos omega t. This is the first square term. Now what we have to do? Second thing, mean. So for calculating its mean, I square to the mean, it will be integration of I square dt with respect to time integration. So we get the value like this, 0 to t I1 square cos square omega t plus I2 square sin square omega t plus 2 I1 I2 sin omega t cos omega t divide by dt, and this is also be dt. Clear? Okay, now moving ahead, here first of all we are taking its values, like so while deriving it, doing the integration, its value will be I1 square into 1 by 2 plus I2 square into 1 by 2 plus 0. The integration, the average value of sin square omega t and the cos square omega t is always 1 by 2 for a complete cycle, and for sin 2 omega t it will be your 0. This also I am writing. So because of this you can directly do, or even you can try also, the same value will be come across to you. So the average value of sin square omega t and cos square omega t for a complete cycle is 1/2 and that of sine 2 omega t is equals to 0. Okay, so IRMS is equals to, now we are square we have done, mean we have done, now we have to do under root. So your under root value will be I1 square by 2 plus I2 square by 2. So it will be your 1 upon root 2 I1 square plus I2 square to the power 1/2. This is your answer. Okay, clear? Such type of the question you have to be do. This is one of the type of it. Now next question we are going to solve it out. Now the next numerical is the RMS value of a sinusoidal AC of frequency 50 Hertz. Frequency 50 Hertz is 200 under the root 2V. Write down the equation for its instantaneous value at time t. Okay, clear? This is your question and you have to find the instantaneous value at time t. So in the solution, first of all we have to write the given values. So the RMS value you are having, the VRMS is equals to 200 under the root 2V and the frequency you have 50 Hertz. Now I tell you that the peak value is always under root 2 times of its RMS value. So the peak value Vm is under root 2 times of its RMS value. So it will be under the root 2 into 200 under the root 2. So under the root 2 into under the root 2, it will become your 2. 2 into 200, it will be your 400 volt. Now frequency, the value of angular frequency, it will be your 2 pi by t and 1 upon t will be your frequency, so 2 pi f. F you already having, so 2 into 3.14 value of pi and frequency is your 50. So while solving it out, you get the value 314 radian per second. Now what you have to calculate? Hence you have to be calculate the value of Vm sin omega t. It will calculate the Vm instantaneous value, beta. This is the RMS value, this is the peak value, this is your instantaneous value. If we are just telling you for the calculate the average value for the complete cycle, then you have to do the average of the instantaneous value. Okay, you have to do 0 to t. Clear, beta? But it was only asking you about the instantaneous value. So all the values we have to put. We have the value of V means the peak value, that is your 400. Then sine omega is your 314 t volt. This is your answer. Clear? Okay. So such type of the question will become across to you. Moving ahead, I am just giving you some of the questions for at your home. So you have to do at your home. That was your homework. Clear? So discussing about today's homework. So your first question is, find the frequency of AC voltage given by V is equals to 400. Here I am writing V is equals to 400 sine 100 pi t. This is your first question. Afterwards I am explaining out the question. Okay, explaining the question. First of all I am writing the question. This is your first question. Second question, the peak value of AC current in a circuit is 5 ampere. What will be the value of current given by first AC ammeter, second DC ammeter? Okay, clear? Next, third question, the RMS voltage in a circuit is 220 volt. Then find peak value of voltage. These are the three questions, beta, and means they are just be solved in 2 to 3 steps. So in the first question, beta, you have to find the frequency of the AC voltage. So you have to find the frequency. So what is the value of V, beta? Instantaneous value. V is equals to Vm sin omega t. So here sin omega t. So omega is your 2 pi f into t. What it has been asked? The frequency. So 2 pi f. I am just comparing this term with the Vm sin 2 pi f t. It means the value Vm is your 400 sin t pi. So 2f is equals to 100, beta. So from here you can easily calculate the value of frequency also. Okay. Next question. The peak value of the AC current in a circuit is your 5 ampere. Now you have to find the value of current in the given AC and DC ammeter. So first of all, for the AC ammeter always measures in the RMS value. Always remember, the AC ammeter always measures in the form of RMS. So you know the IRMS is always the peak value has been given. Okay. So RMS is equals to peak upon root 2, and peak value will always be root 2 times of the RMS value. So here 5 upon root 2. Clear? Simple as that. Now the second one is for DC ammeter. Always remember the DC ammeter measures the average value for a one cycle, and that is your 0. So I is your 0. Next, the RMS voltage in a circuit is your 220 volt. You have to find the peak value. Peak value is root 2 times of the RMS value. Clear? Always. So I just give all the hints of these 3 questions which I am given you for your homework. 2 to 3 steps questions are there. Okay. And tomorrow we are going to start the circuits first for the resistance, then for the inductor, then for the capacitor, like this in the sequence. Then we are taking its combination. Okay, clear? This is all about today. Thank you.